We have a sweet treat this morning. Our friend Sara Bareilles is live with us on the plaza.
Sara is back on Broadway. We love hearing that. She's starring as Jenna, of course, in her Tony-nominated musical Waitress.
Waitress, one of the longest running shows in recent Broadway history, and it's back for a limited engagement starting September 2nd. Sara, it is so great to have you.
I want to thank you officially for putting me next to Olympic athletes. I was like, I've never felt less.
But if you're talking about people at the top of their craft, you're at the top of their
That's
craft.
right. If there was an Olympic medal for performing, you would have it, especially on this show because you've been with us for so long. But this is so terrific. It's got to be a bit of an honor that now that Broadway is coming back, and there are so many shows that could have been chosen to come back, but you guys are one of the first. What does that feel like?
Oh, I mean, it's a tremendous honor. When we got the opportunity to be a part of sort of like the welcoming committee of Broadway shows, inviting people to come back into the theater, putting people back to work, and trying to do it in a new way, more intentionally, and of course safely for everybody. It's just, you know, it's a joy. The show is the love of my life, so that's why they can't kick me out. They're like, how many times are you gonna do the show? Oh,
people love it. I've seen it 4 times. Like, I've literally, it's insane. So there's this great video I want to show people at home of the cast. They're rehearsing one of the first numbers of the show, opening up. What did it feel like to be back with that group of people? You're playing Jenna again. You guys are all together again. What was that like?
It was so surreal. I mean, you see us, this is literally the first time we sang the song together, and we're all back, and so many people, this is, of our cast are you know, returning members. This is a real family for us. So to get to be back in the room together was truly magical. It was magical.
And speaking of family, I know Waitress was hit especially hard through the pandemic, losing beloved castmate Nick Cordero to COVID. I mean, what does it mean not only to be one of the shows back, but to have the whole cast kind of, I mean, go out there and do it for him? Yeah,
it was, you know, one of the first things we discussed when we were all back in the room together, and we're talking about different ways we want to honor him, you know, through the life of the show, and working with his wife Amanda, and just you know, Broadway lost a really bright light, and our Waitress family will never be the same, but you know, we got to know him and to love him, and that's such a gift, and reminds us all how short life is and how precious.
Absolutely. And one of the joys of getting through the pandemic was Girls 5 Eva.
5 Eva.
You know, it's already been picked up for season 2. Tell me about, you know, performing in an ensemble like this, and even getting to write some music for it.
I mean, if you told me this was coming, you know, down the pipeline for me, I would not have believed you. To get the phone call from Tina Fey and be like, do you want to join these extraordinary people and make this hilarious show with Meredith Scardino, our creator showrunner, Paula Pell, Busy Phillips, Renee Elise Goldsberry. I mean, it's just a gift. I never saw it coming. It's been so much fun. I laughed every day, and we worked on the show in the heat of the pandemic. So we were all so grateful to be with people that we didn't live with every day. You know what I mean?
And it was so well received. That's the thing. You know what I mean? We longed for it. So before you leave, we can't let you go without talking about pie. One of my favorite parts of the show. I feel like it's a character in Waitress. No question about it, really.
It really, really is.
Really? Okay, so this pie is a chocolate mousse with strawberries. What would that symbolize for Jenna?
Oh, this is decadence. This is sensuality. This is her sort of discovering pleasure. Let's put it that way.
Let me tell you,
I want to give a shout out to Stacey Donnelly.
I was just about to say, who does these?
Stacey Donnelly, she is our pie genius.
They're so good,
They
guys.
are really, here.
And look, we've got little mini ones.
I'll take a
eat
mini
them out of a jar. This one's probably, you want chocolate? Or
Yes,
you want,
I want chocolate.
Okay.
Give the pregnant lady the whole pie.
But seriously, when you go to the show, you get these
to
little
buy
pies, and they're so good. Every time I say, okay, I'm going to save it at least for the first act.
Yeah.
And it's always gone before you guys even start.
No, and you can use these again and again.
And the great part is when you go in, they start baking a pie.
Oh my gosh.
So that you smell pie in the theater.
That's how they get that smell.
Exactly. It's a real pop.
And Al knows he was one of our beloved cast members as playing Old Joe, the diner owner. And I was just saying before the camera started rolling how beloved you were in our cast. So
Because you're still
so
singing?
wonderful.
No, not probably.
Yes, you
probably.
could.
But what I will say is that you guys, the cast, couldn't have been more welcoming because I was worried. It's like, who's this jerk coming in? You know.
He's Al Roker.
He's Al Roker.
There we go.
That's right there. Look at you.
Nicolette Robinson.
Yes.
It was so wonderful.
Yeah.
I got to do it with Jordan Sparks, and what a terrific time. Thank you so much, and thank you for bringing this thing back because it's so much joy. It's what
It is. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Thanks
it
for
really
having
is.
us.
And there's pie. By the way, catch up on Girls
that
5
was
Eva
heavy.
streaming on Peacock. Waitress opens up on September 2nd. So much goodness. Thank you so much,
I love it.
Sara.
Thank you, Sara.